Hey, how's it going, everyone? It is Drew again, and I'm going to be talking about Gravity Falls. I just got kind of on a kick of, rewatching Gravity Falls and then also re-looking through the journal number 3. I just kind of wanted to, talk about, like, if they ever brought it back, potentially where they could go with it, and just kind of just things about Gravity Falls. This is going to have spoilers for Gravity Falls. If you've never seen the show, please go watch it. It is amazing. It is one of the best animated shows ever made, especially if you pick up the journal number 3 to go alongside the show. Like, that is some extra level of detail that they put into that book. It is amazing. I think the biggest thing is if Gravity Falls ever does come back, which I feel like it has to. Like, as much as, Alex Hirsch not wanting it to come back and wanting to end it on a high note, I feel like Disney's gonna do it at some point. The question is, where do you pick the series up at? Because, Dipper and Mabel, do you do a time skip with them to have them be older? As much as I think it would be cool to have they're 18 now or something like that. I don't feel like they would if they do bring it back, just because the ending of Gravity Falls, Dipper gets that letter. I feel like it'd be a lot nicer of, a pickup point if you pick up at that next summer. But who knows? They could skip till they're 20 or something, As for directions of, picking the series back up, this wasn't in the main series, I don't think, but if you read the journal number 3, the final entry from Dipper in that book says, he's making his own journal, and it has a picture of it on the page. That could be kind of cool, seeing him, writing his own journal and, looking for paranormal things throughout the world. You could potentially have Mabel join him, or, meet some new friends. Another direction that they could go, they could do a spin-off series with Grunkle Stan and Stanford, doing the Stan-O-War boat and their adventures. As much as they probably would want, Dipper and Mabel to be in it, I'm sure that they could potentially be in it somehow, but I feel like that'd be kind of cool to see those two do their own spin-off series. And especially if you get to see other parts of the world and other paranormal stuff that they're adventuring with, that'd be such a different series for Disney to do. Like a animated series about two old guys looking for paranormal stuff. I would personally love it. I love those two. They're such fun characters. Honestly, Disney doesn't have too much animated stuff going on right now. I mean, they got the Pixar and their own animated studio, but not too much 2D animation, and especially to the quality that Gravity Falls was. So it does not shock me that they would potentially down the line want to reboot it, since it was such a beloved show. I could see it really taking off as a Disney Plus thing. They'd probably give Alex Hirsch a mega offer of money to come make it as a Disney Plus show, because it seems like they're willing to throw down as much money as they can to get stuff on Disney Plus, and that would be a pretty good way to get people to subscribe to it and want to watch it. As much as I don't really love the whole streaming service stuff, I feel like it being on Disney Plus would help it actually quite a bit, because, when it was on the Disney Channel or Disney XD or whatever the flip it was, the release schedule of Gravity Falls was terrible. They had no consistent dates on when they were releasing that show, to where the Blu-rays and streaming services actually legit helped that show. Getting back into, if they brought back Gravity Falls, where would it go? I feel like you are going to get Bill Cipher coming back, because his death wasn't that definitive. And yes, he was erased from Stan's mind, but Stan started remembering, his life. So at some point he's going to remember Bill, and Bill would be potentially alive again. And even the real life statue hunt after the show ended, didn't that statue had Bill's alive or I will return again on it somewhere? I think it was in journal number 3 at least. the like physical book that they released. And especially since they were supposed to kill Bill with that Zodiac, but they never actually did that, and they did it in a roundabout way with Stan. Maybe not initially, but I feel like Bill would come back at some point. I would honestly love a season of Everything is Chill. It's kind of back to the OG Gravity Falls. People are just investigating stuff, and you're having a monster of the week situation. It'd be kind of cool to see like fragments of Bill, reappearing within Stan, and you could kind of see like the downfall of things and maybe him potentially, rising back to power, hence needing to gather everyone again to, defeat Bill once and for all. With how the series ended and, comics and journal number 3, it just has so many references to potential spin-offs, to a sequel at some point. I just feel like it's not going to stay dead. Like, this is going to come back at some point. If it doesn't come back, we always have Gravity Falls. Cool. We have the additional materials with, comics and, journal number 3. I keep saying this, but, it's there. I would personally love for it to come back. It was such a blast to watch it through the first time, and, having all the mysteries be revealed to you, and even having to, like, rewatch episodes because, like, there's secrets within them. You have to play the episodes backwards to hear certain parts of it. This show had like all amazing elements to it that like I don't even know how you'd think of when you're formulating the story for this show. And that's the thing that I would worry about with bringing it back is, would the show have the same secret elements within it? Would the opening have a thing that you have to play backwards to hear the result of? Would there be secrets hidden within each episode that the community has to decipher? That would be a great move to do, because it encourages people to keep re-engaging with your content, and especially the whole mystery aspect, to where it forces the community to band together to keep rewatching this content and keep revisiting it, so it keeps it in the collective mind of people for a lot longer. And I think that is our main reason as to why the show is stuck around for such a long time, because people love that aspect of it. And that's a main reason why I love it, just because like it is such a different thing compared to everything else that's out there. Like, how many shows can you say had a real life mystery attached to them and like had communities trying to solve mysteries within each episode? Like, not too many shows you can say that. Leave your guys' thoughts on what they could potentially do for a Gravity Falls spin-off or sequel. I'm very interested to see what you guys would say about it. I would absolutely love for it to come back. I had previously talked about a Gravity Falls comic, which was quite a few years ago at this point, so if you want to check that out, I'll link it at the end here. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and this is Drago, signing out.